Hi Quadcopter fans, John here with the new Blade 200QX. This just came out recently, and I got a few flights on it. Flies really well. Everyone loves this thing. Doesn't have a GPS, but it's unbelievably stable. It does a great job. Something I did just today. I have a 3D printer, and I really like to do modifications. One of the things I did. Simply because I had noticed on this little tiny machine that if you landed, it seems like it's like every other quadcopter. It's kind of top heavy, but the landing gear are kind of short, and a couple times I would tip one way or the other if I didn't come in and make a perfectly flat landing, which, whatever, not a big deal. But since I have a 3D printer, I thought I'm going to make some landing gear that kind of extend the length out a little bit, which you can see here. They give it a little more length. You can see on the other side I've got one installed here. They just snap in. These are basically just a round design that I came up with. It's perfectly round, but yet on the inside it has a, if I can get this thing in view, it has a deep section here where the landing gear actually, well, as you can see here, the landing gear actually fit down in snug enough to stay. I wouldn't rely on that. I would put a zip tie through the middle here, or a drop of glue, maybe to hold it in. But that should make a big improvement in the landing stability. It just extends a little bit. They're very lightweight. These are nearly hollow. They only weigh 6 grams each. I could probably lighten them up even more, but they're very lightweight. I'll try them out later and see how they work. And one interesting thing about this design is that I can scale these up and make these much larger in diameter or length. And I could make these into pontoons, actually. I could actually make this to where this would land and take off of water. I don't think I'm going to do that. I just like these the way they are. I like the size. It seems like it's actually an appropriate looking size. Kind of makes the machine look a little bit more rugged. So that's something that I just did today with a 3D printer. And I'll get some flights on these things and see how it works out. Another thing is I found a larger battery pack. It's slightly larger in capacity. This is the Thunder Power Light Series. It's the 910 milliamp 25C. Not that much larger in capacity. It's a very snug fit just because it's a teeny bit thicker. It's only just a hair thicker than the original battery, so it's kind of tough to get the battery door closed on the back. It's doable, but it's just a very tight fit. And I don't know if it's a big deal or not. 110 milliamps larger than this one. How much flight time that is, I haven't checked yet. It may not be very much. But if you're trying to carry a camera, that might make a little bit of a difference, which is what we have here. We've got the new Mobius camera, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh yeah, use the Mobius. It's super lightweight." Well, I've held the GoPro. I've got several GoPros. I've not weighed the two. I need to do that because I do have a scale. This does not feel that much lighter than a GoPro, and the physical size, it's a different configuration, obviously, but the physical size is almost identical to a GoPro. I'll be surprised if this is much lighter. To me, just here holding it, it does not feel lighter. I don't have a GoPro handy with me right now, but it doesn't feel that much lighter, and I do want to make some sort of a mount to utilize their existing. They've got these 2 points here where you can put a camera. I'd really like to give that a try and see how that goes. And these are just a few of the things that I'm looking at so far. I really do like the extended landing gear here. I'll have to experiment with the battery to see how much flight time that gives me, as well as if I do decide on a camera, I'll probably make a mount with a 3D printer as well, and we'll see how that works out, get some flight videos and some timing, and see how this little machine does. But I did want to get this going in case anyone's interested in this landing gear. It's a very simple thing to do. I might be able to. I think what I'll do is maybe I'll get these things online. So if anybody has a 3D printer, they can make them. I might be able to make them, make a few spare sets as well. It's not that big of a deal. So if anyone's interested, let me know. And again, this is the Blade 200QX.